saving? Are you saving these cans?
I'm just putting them in the second one. On top. It's very nice.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
That's the truth. I enjoyed it. Bill's turquoise is a beautiful color.
I picked this color too, so I was thinking, I wanted something that would be pretty. And I wanted a color that would
Success.
be pretty. Thank you.
You succeeded. Good morning, America. pills.
Oh, okay. I did.
I'm going to see.
Already did.
Okay. Good girl. Yeah, I know. I moved the camera, that's why. Okay. Well, I don't know.
See that flip right there? It's the flip. They all belong to you. to you, blessings and glory.
All right.
And honor, will to you. It's gotta be this side. Yeppers? Yeppers? That was the problem.
Party thing.
I just took off that whole shading. You see that? Look. So look, watch. Okay, see the shading? All right. So you got, watch. Hold on, give it a sec. See the shading? It's this. You can't push it all the way back. You gotta keep it kind of forward a little bit. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And
I'll figure it out.
they all belong
Still everywhere.
to you. Blessings and glory. And honor may all belong to you. To you. Blessings and glory. We should set a goal.
Hmm?
We should set a goal. We should set a goal. We should be monetized by, if we stay consistent, I'm gonna let you set it, but we could set a goal of we stay consistent by whatever. Do we have any more stands like that, babe?
So we only got
I wonder if I could rig what I did the other day. I think I used my cup. You know what I think I did? I think I used my cup. And then some, remember that cup that has a little, the thermos cup that has a little circle in it? You remember that one? I used my cup. Yeah. Nobody's gonna wanna see people in a distance talking. It just is a big turn off.
okay.
Yeah, people don't wanna do that. I know we keep repeating ourselves, but we just need to learn it. It's not, it's a habit. We gotta learn it. But in the interim, see if I can get my people on.
Mm-hmm.
Blessings and glory. What am I doing?
Yes.
tripod, huh, babe? Clearly.
I guess.
Obviously. I mean, really,
Obviously.
like, no brainer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. How wide is this thing? It's not really wide enough, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Something to help hold this down. You gotta,
What?
I need like a bigger towel or something.
Okay.
Something to help weigh it down the other side, you know?
Yeah. The Book of John. Gospel according to John. It's a beautiful book, honey.
Yeah, I just don't know if Frati Bunch is that kind of page. That's our comical, goofy page, you know? Shit, if you want to do a Book of John, we need to get on the cog.
Mm-hmm.
Page. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't get my coffee.
Need something that's going to keep this thing balanced. You got any rubber bands or something I can try to use
Yeah,
to
you know.
counterweight
Yeah. Okay.
something? Oh, I thought you had more than one. It's like, oh,
You
that
said
might,
you.
I'm sure that'll
I didn't
hold.
know how you said.
No,
rubber
you know
band.
what? You might be right. I probably
You said
don't need
rubber
that
band.
many. Yeah, I probably don't need that many.
Beautiful shot of me.
Let's hope we can get some views to get this other page going because they're used to us talking about God on this other page. I wish we knew how. I wish we could connect those microphones, babe, but we can't.
No, we don't. No. But we can. They have the same problem when they go to play, and people, you talk about, you know, I need to be louder when I play the bass. It doesn't make a difference. It's.
Or the microphones do on the audio to the viewer. That's
Well,
that's why they said no matter what you do, invest in little microphones. They're like $20.
Baby, I understand that. What I'm saying is, what I'm explaining is, I sat in yesterday and did several takes of turned my amp louder and louder and louder, and turned the other music down, played the same song.
Yeah.
And it got where you can hear like beep, beep, all this other sound from me hitting the strings. It doesn't sound good. The only way it works is somebody you have to use a Bluetooth.
Yeah, you have one.
I know.
Why did you use that?
But you're missing the point. What I'm trying to say is,
Oh.
okay, the phone does not reproduce bass sounds. So people listening to it on the phone, you're not going to hear me. There's no way other than doing it to a studio, and how are you going to put that on a telephone to pick it up? You can't. I don't know how to do that.
Well, what if you turn the background music down?
I did. That's what you said. That's what I'm saying. I turned it down, way down. So it didn't work. I don't know how.
Okay. All right. Blessings and glory. This is definitely not a good idea.
I don't know how these other guys do it when they do their bass things and they play along. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
It's not you're not just playing through the phone.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It doesn't pick up low
Okay.
frequency.
Okay.
It just doesn't. You can't hear
And
it with low
honor.
stuff. I don't know. But we can get the speakers in. I mean, we can get the microphone chilled.
Belong to you. To you.
I'm saying right now is not a good time to do it. We'll have time. Didn't work out?
No, it didn't work out.
So anyway. Anyway, here he is.
You've done for me. Blessings and glory and new managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. Introducing managing moderators. These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes in the live. I have no idea what that means. I have no clue. No idea. None whatsoever.
Okay.
Babe, you know we have two of these. We need to clear off this table. It's kind of junky looking.
I know what you do.
And
I know.
may all belong to you. Blessings and glory. Let's see.
Offhand, do you know where this came from?
Yeah, I think it's part of one of these clips. It broke off. I think it goes right in there. I say because I don't know how to put it back. So you, whatever you need to do. Oh, 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 to you, blessings and glory. May all belong to you. Blessings and glory and honor. May all belong to you. Chitty, whoop, 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 whoop. Babe, Chitty came in 2 seconds.
I figured she
In
would.
2 seconds.
That's why I said
Anywhere,
7
anytime, my Chitty. Oh, they're greeting each other.
I don't know what I'm talking
Oh, look at my hair. Really?
about.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
What's
happening?
all about?
What's
What's it?
happening? I don't know if I'm going to stay live because I'm working. You see my laptop? I
So?
don't know if I can stay
So?
on the live because my husband says, so what? But I don't know if I can stay on the live because my I'm working my job. If I have to take a phone call, I gotta turn off the live.
Working.
Blessings.
Working.
and
Yeah,
glory.
working.
Anyway, so I don't know what is going on.
I'm not knowing.
What is happening with all of this? I don't understand.
That's a good thing.
Wow, this is crazy here. Let's see. Wow. Oh my goodness. Really? 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 Really, hair? Really? Really? Hello.
To
Hey,
me,
hey,
you
hello.
look beautiful.
My husband says I look beautiful. Really?
And I have impeccable
God is
taste.
so sweet.
And
It's not Monday.
It's coffee.
Hi, Falsey.
It's
Oh, they're
coffee,
all
but-
saying hello to each other. Mwah, mwah. Hello, lady. Oh, 5 people. Hello.
See?
Yep. What?
See? That's what I said. So I was saying earlier
I
this
love
morning.
them.
Well, I
We
was saying
love
earlier
each
this morning.
other. I love them.
Yep.
We love them. They love me.
I love you.
Falsey. Oh, so sweet. I have 1 finger polished. Because I didn't want to do the rest. I was tired. Hey, Jamaican. Oh, they're all saying hello.
See that?
I wish I could say something.
Say something.
I want to type it, but I don't know. Anyway, so it's not Friday. What is today? Love is the answer.
Thursday.
Love and love alone. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Jamaican Newfie. Wow, that's a beautiful thing to say. Oh. The purple blouse is glittering along with the earrings. Thank you, Judy! I love them so much. I love them so much. Thursday in Kenya. Yeah. What time? Oh, it's nighttime. 6:33.
Wow.
Yeah. What is happening? What is going on with the angry hair? Polls. They're
10:35,
6:33
And so
in Kenya. So it's, what time is it, babe?
it's 10:35.
Oh, there's babe. Right there.
10:35.
10:35.
In the morning.
In the morning. Falsy. Oh, she said, looking beautiful, D.
Told you.
Oh, I love you. God is good. From Canada. Oh, wow. Jamaican Newfie said, I'm watching from Canada, sister. How are you doing today, ma'am? Greetings to Daddy. Oh, babe.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, we have Jules Castle.
Thank you, Jules.
Oh, that girl is so sweet. Chitty, I think
Thank you,
Jules
Chitty.
and Chitty are in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Lydia and Rahab are in Kenya. Mm.
Yeah.
You can say that again, D. God is good. Falsy, where are you? I think Falsy's in I think Falsy's in Kenya. Am I right? God is so good. Oh, they're all greeting each other. Oh, this is so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. 11:35 in Canada. Oh, they're an hour ahead of us. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
Falsy's
yeah.
in the UK. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Depending what part of Canada.
Falsy's in the UK. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
UK, yeah.
Yeah. She's in the UK.
Okay.
So wonderful. Thank you so much. You guys are so nice.
Yes.
Oh.
Wonderful people.
Well, we were trying to determine if, it's 4:35 in Nigeria, Chitty said. That's crazy. Isn't that amazing how,
Is it 4:35?
4:35 p.m.
Okay.
So they're ending their day, like up live.
So they're
helping me.
let me see.
They're helping me. Like up the live. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, because if you see the little thumb, this is like, right? Yeah. 5 people, the times difference is crazy all over the world. It really is.
It's 6. So 6.
Because we're actually, it's 10. What, babe?
I think it's like 6 hours difference.
I think I'm going to talk to my friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay,
Mhm.
anywhere, anytime,
Yes.
JD. Yeah, when they did it. They did it.
What?
They did it. They hit more likes. They did it. They did it. Woo, woo. Okay, but what does that do? Does that help your channel? It's got to help your channel.
Well, they do.
The likes, somebody said, guys,
It likes.
hit more likes, and they did. I had 3 thumbs up. Now I have 5. Thank
Okay.
you so much. Like done. Oh, Falsy said it's like done. Thumbs up is like done.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's good. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, you like my crazy earrings? Look at my crazy earrings. I wanted to have a crazy fun day, like Goofy. You see these earrings? I made them. I made these earrings. Can you believe it? This is what I do when I want to feel like summer fun, something crazy. Anyway, the subscription button. This is your first time. Oh my gosh, they're helping me. Likes indicate the video. Wait. How cute are they? Oh, so beautiful, Mommy Chitty. Don't make me cry. You made the earrings. They look so. Yeah, I made these. It's so much fun.
Yep.
Like up the channel. It's good for the channel. The earrings is. Oh, I made it because I was wanting to do something fun. Different flowers on each ear. I don't know. Anyway, let me see. Somebody just said oh, how do you bring your comments? Oh, that's okay. Hit the subscribe button. That's anywhere, anytime. JD. Jules said, likes indicate the video is interesting and gives YouTube reasons to suggest your video to more people.
That's right. That makes sense.
Yeah, this algorithm thing is crazy. Yeah. And then Falsy said, how cute are they? Thank you, Falsy.
Howdy.
Okay, so beautiful, Mommy. Oh, you made the earrings. Yeah, I made them. I took these, I just took the, a bag of little tiny flowers and I had this basket, little gold basket, little gold thing. It's not real, well, you know that, right? But this little basket here, I just picked it up and I put a bead there, and I put a loop there, and I put a little plastic bead there, and then I put a little ball inside this basket, and I put a little green fake leaf. Oh, Jules. And I put, oh, she said, my hands are blessed. With those hands, you can earn some pennies. Really? You know that? Ooh, Jules is saying make some money. And then I just got these flowers and I glued them on. And I put a long rod here. And then I just, which are moving around, and I put the beads on the rod and bent a circle and added a thing. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I wanted to do. Got to go. Thank you, Jamaican Newfie. I love you. Mwah, mwah. Thank you for visiting.
Bye.
Yeah, when we visit people's channels, it's hard to stay on them for a long time. You pop in, give love, and you move forward. And that's what I did. They're really big, though. I have another one that's smaller. I'm starting. But anyway, I did them in solid red, solid white. Yeah, I like making jewelry when I can slow down. Right, babe?
Yeah.
So I love you girls. Or girls or young ladies.
Yes.
I love you guys so much. So it's, what's the temperature like in Texas?
Can't tell. You got my
Oh,
phone.
he can't tell. Okay. Well, anyway.
It's supposed to be warm today. It's supposed to be close to 80.
Close to 80 degrees today.
Yep.
The hair is really doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I changed my color of my hair. I don't know if you can tell. This one, I changed the color. I added this. I added that color. A little bit. That color. I added that, right? Oh, someone said hello. Who was that? Who was that? Eve Hakika. Eve. Hi, Eve. Oh, she said greetings, deep praise Jesus. Yes, praise. Okay. Eve, I'm so sorry. This is your first time. We're learning. I need to stop touching the phone when I'm on.
Yes.
But we're learning about YouTube now. But so, yeah. But I'll show you guys what's going on here. Let me show you. Let me show you. You see all that? That's my world. I got this hair, which I think is probably a better match to my gray. I got a little bit of black hair with a little bit of gray in it. I got a little bit of brown, dark brown. So you see all that? Oh, you need to get closer, don't you? Let's see. I got all those colors. This one, I kind of like that one. So it's only $5 for a bag. This is my first time. Thank you, Eve, for joining. And I got this color. I mixed that one. And then this is kind of like my gray something or another. And then this one's kind of like a blondie color. I don't know. And then I got a brown, then I got a this, and then I got a that, and I have a lot of different colors. I'm just trying to figure out whenever I'm gonna finish my hair. I'm so glad Carla is not here.
What?
Carla will get on and says, "Are you serious?" She's very sweet, but she will definitely tell me, "You have not finished braiding your." What, baby?
I was thinking about taking that phone and go in the other room.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you want to leave?
Yeah.
How many are on? Okay,
Two
people. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Eve. Oh, now they're saying hello to Eve. That's so
Yes.
much fun.
That's
Oh
pretty.
my goodness, Jamaican, Newfie, you're really. You thought you did? You thought I had locks? Okay, so okay. Should I tell her, guys, what's going on with my hair? JD, darling, hello. Aww. So what I'm doing is, so I got back on YouTube. It's been maybe a month now. I had not been on YouTube for quite some time. And my good friend died. It seems like when I'm in seasons of massive change or hard times, crisis.
All right, I'm going here and see about going to my music room. Maybe somebody will join, other people will join. But anyway, This is the music room here that I work out of. It's my work area. There's there's one of my bases anyway. And right back. Get my coffee. Gotta have my coffee. So, there's my other bass over here that I play. That's more the classical one that I play in the orchestra, and this one here is more the one I use for playing jazz or anything else that people hire me for. So, and yeah, so this is kind of, people always kind of ask questions about these things here. So, anyway, I'm going to mess around a little bit. Hopefully somebody comes on. But I also have here my setup for, this is kind of my studio. I have, this is kind of where I do my playing, practicing. With my bass guitar. I'm sitting over here playing more bass guitar stuff. And I'll give lessons too. So sometimes I'll mess around and play some stuff. I know people like to be close and try to do that. But this is the bass I use most of the time. Now it's a 6-string, and I get asked about that sometimes. Well, why a 6-string? It's so wide here in the neck. Guys like a real thin neck basses. And I understand that because they had to get their hands around, the fingerboard. But I have found the biggest reason I use a 6-string I play a 6-string, is for obviously for range, to get up higher, so that I don't have to do a lot of moving around, go way up high on the bass. I can still play high. And I have to apologize. I don't have a big fancy setup electronically. My wife's always saying about, we're new at this, and I'm new at all electronic stuff of broadcasting and putting videos out or showing people through a video, through any kind of social media. I'm more of a one-on-one teacher showing this kind of stuff. So, unless somebody has listening to any of the playing, when I play the bass, when I play my bass, it's hard to hear it through a telephone. The speakers don't pick up the low frequency. You need to have some kind of Bluetooth device. You'll be able to hear it better, whether it's earbuds or a Bluetooth speaker like this kind of thing, the bass will come out. So I don't know how other people do it. I don't know how to do that. So when I play something, or I do a video of me playing 2 songs here, or even videos when I post on my teaching channel, it's hard to hear it. It's hard to hear me. You can hear the higher frequency stuff, but you can't hear the low stuff. So it's just that. I try to change that up, and if I ever get tech savvy, I might figure that out someday. But no, I don't. But anyway, back to the point of why I do this with the play a 6-string. As I was saying, with a 4-string, which I have over here, you can obviously see the difference in the necks, the width and everything. Here, if I want to play higher up, okay, on the bass and get a higher sound, okay, on it, I have to come way up here. Kind of, so if I want to play something, this is very difficult to do, but if I want to play up here, okay, I have to come way up here in the bass and try to come down here. Okay, so and I love, you know, this is a regular 4-string. I played this for many years, until one day a dear friend of mine who passed away unfortunately a few years back, I asked him the question why, because he's the one who really enlightened me on why a 6-string. And so and he talked about it, and I took his advice and I went with it. Is that a lot of guys are playing people are playing 5 strings, and the reason for that is, for those who don't know, the 4 strings that we do have is the G, the D, the A, and the E. Sorry, G, D, A, and E. Those are the 4 strings that are on the regular bass, the 4-string basses. The 5th string is a low B string, because it gets really low. And like I said, you probably can't pick it up unless you have a Bluetooth. But that kind of low sound, it helps to play lower notes besides the low E. But with a 6th string, what's I really like is, for when I want to play something, I don't like a lot of this stuff if I don't have to. I mean, I can, but if I want to play here somewhere in here, and then I want to play way up here, okay, I don't have to go necessarily way up here to play this G here. I can play the G right here. So if I'm playing somewhere the same notes here, in this part of the bass, I have my high G and the A. So it gives me more opportunity to play higher up, sound-wise, pitch-wise, without having to go way up the bass here. And it's great if for those guys who do a lot of soloing up in here, because when I'm playing up, you're playing up it. You can sound more like almost in the guitar range, and you can sound, that sounds a little clearer. So that's the great thing about it. And so just got used to. There's my wife coming in. Hi, Annie.
You have a left leg. Wow. Are you actually teaching, or are you just live streaming?
I'm just live streaming.
If I can give you a hug.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Always.
I love you guys so much.
Love you guys. How you
These
doing?
ladies are such a blessing to me. Loving the hair. She said she loves the hair.
Yes, she's beautiful.
If only you could see all of it.
Yes. So anyway, it takes getting used to. I would say what I see with some, when I get students in particular, or I get bass students, any kind, even somebody who's been playing for a while, I see guys who play this way, and you can see my thumb up here. And I understand why they do that, because they think of like, usually we grab things like this. And for guitar players, they can get away with it somewhat. So guitar players do that. But when you play it like this, my wife brought it up earlier this week, I think it was, maybe last week, about when I play, and the better, more educated players learn to use this finger here, this little guy, and that's the weakest finger on our hand. We don't use the fourth finger, the pinky, often to grab things, but it's important, and it's important because it gives you coverage. It gives you more notes that you can play without having to move your hand. And unless someone's got extremely fast hands, hand-eye coordination, all that kind of stuff, and they're really great. They can move around here. They can do all this stuff here and be in tune and hit the notes properly. That's great. But for most people, it's harder. It's harder to come here, playing down here for whatever reason, to play particular notes that you want to play or asked to play if you're reading music. And then you're going to play up here higher. And you have to do this, and you have to make sure that you hit the note in the right spot and all that stuff. My philosophy and my schooling and my training and my experience has been, if I can play as many notes in an area without having to shift my hand, I can pivot my thumb, but I can be faster, play more accurately, better. So that's what I teach, and that's what I encourage players to do. And one of them is, so taking your thumb from here, where it's up above, we can see it, to down below. So it's in the back. So when you have your thumb here, okay, anywhere in the back as I'm moving up and down, somewhere in the middle, it doesn't have to be right in the middle, but it's here, that allows my hand to open up like this. But if my thumb is up here, I lose the use of this finger. So what I have is 2, maybe 3 fingers to use instead of 4. And that puts a player at a disadvantage, which means they have to shift more. This is called shifting. And you have to do a lot more of this, and like it goes back to what I just said. So and then it takes a while to get strength up with this finger. I find it with all the students who play stringed instruments. I was the same way. I didn't like that finger either until my teacher made me, play it in exercises and so on and so forth. I did more of it, and then I got better at it. And then now I can't imagine playing without it. And I tell people, in my opinion, obviously the thumb is the thumb, but and the first finger, the digit, the index finger is the most important finger. I use it the most. Next to that really is the fourth finger. A lot of this kind of playing. Okay, so if I'm playing something in any position, I can cover so much more of a bass by being able to play with the fourth finger. So, but that comes from having your thumb back here and not like that, because I think physiologically it's almost impossible to really get this fourth finger out here because the hand. So that's kind of key. But so those are the reasons why I play it. And then eventually I just got used to it. When you're playing this way here too, the other thing about when you're playing in this mode, this kind of fashion, okay, how wide it is for the most part. Of course, there's always extremes to that. But you get used to the width of it, of the neck. And it is a challenge, even sometimes when I go from playing the 6th string to a 4th string. Because the other thing that changes is, I don't know if you can really see it here, but the spacing of the strings is closer together than it is on a 4th string. okay? Not a great distance, but it's centimeters or millimeters. I'm not into all that metric stuff, but difference. But when you're playing and not having to look at your hand every time you're playing, I watch guys play and they play like this. That's great. That's fine. But if they couldn't look at their hand, can you still play? Can you get used to playing this note here and then coming up and being able to find it here, being able to shift, being able to find that? What's the importance of that? Why is that so important? Is that just nitpicking? Are you just being, kind of anal about things? No, it helps when you have to shift here. And like I was saying, if you want to play up higher, if I can play, whatever I can play here, I can play the same thing. Because I have the same notes. So that allows me now, when I'm up here and I'm playing, I can go up higher. Okay? So those are the reasons behind it. It's not just some kind of random thought. And when you approach playing that way, and I say all this stuff here because I didn't start this way. I started not knowing anything about music at all. I like to tell people my musical knowledge or education was the on and off button on the stereo or radio. That was it. And then hitting the selections of what channel I want to listen to. That was it. I didn't know anything else. I didn't know anything about frequencies. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff. I didn't know anything about any of it. I learned. And it, I didn't, I didn't necessarily enjoy it when I was going through it, but I'm so appreciative of that now, because it helped me to become the player I am today, and it makes playing so much easier and so much more enjoyable. It's not a struggle as much. There's still things I struggle with. We all have. I think every player has some kind of thing that we all have weaknesses that we work on. But anyway, but that approach helps that. And the other thing I would say about it is when you're playing, and it's in essence, it's because there's frets here. Each one of these bars going here, okay? Each one of these is called a fret. So the note is in between the two frets. That's where the note is. And your idea is to get your finger in between, in the middle, as close in the middle as possible. But if you do one finger to each fret, you can cover 4 notes without moving your hand on a string from here. I can play 4 different frequencies on that one string. And the same with the other 4 strings, 5 strings, or 6 strings. Multiplication, if I do that across all 4 strings, that's 16 notes I can play without moving my hand, not counting the open strings. Okay, I can play 16 notes different notes without moving my hand. If I have a 5 string, I can play 20 notes without moving my hand. And I have a 6 string, I can play 24 notes without having to move my hand. So, okay, when that concept came clear to me, it was an eye-opening revelation that, like, wow, that makes so much more sense. And so that really helped me to dig into it more and practice it more and get used to it more. And it goes back to using all 4 fingers. I tell my students I wish I had a hand that looked like this, so I had that many fingers. I think every player would. Wouldn't it be wonderful? You had 8 fingers on a hand. How much you could play, how much faster you would be able to play. Easier, because you don't have to move your hand up and down. Because we have a fingerboard that goes from, most of them from here to here. This is the fingerboard. And the notes sometimes are going to ask you to play, if you're playing written music, it's going to ask you to play notes way up here. Sometimes. And then sometimes down here. So you have a whole range of notes to play, and you're going to move your hand through it. And even if you're playing without that, you want to be more expressive. It's like color choices. If somebody's an artist and paints, you like to have the opportunity to use different colors and all that kind of stuff. I'm not an artist in that sense. So those are kind of the the reasons why in the approach, and that's why I use a 6-string. I know, and there's a point of being ridiculous. I know they have, I feel like a 7-string bass and 8-string basses and all these different crazy numbers, and it's like, okay, there's a point of being almost ridiculous about it. But this is 6 strings is all you really need. It's the same with the guitar. They have a 12-string. I understand why, because it's octaves. And that's because they strum. We're not strumming so much. I mean, it does make it easier to do, because I can get a little higher. Okay, I don't do a lot of chording, but those guys who do, it makes it easier because you have more strings to do different voicings of each of the notes. But yeah, so I don't know. Again, it's understanding and thinking about it, and that's what I try to instill in students when I get any student at any level, is understanding, thinking about it, having a logical approach to playing this instrument. Any of them, even the uprights. It's kind of the same idea. It's slightly different because the spacing between the notes is a lot farther away. Like here to here is a whole step. Okay, you can see my hand from here, this finger to this finger here. From the first finger to my third finger is a whole step. In this case here, it's a C note to a D note. Okay, on the upright bass, you have to use the first finger to the fourth finger to play a C to a D. Because the notes are farther apart, because the fingerboard is the longest of all the stringed instruments. Okay, of instruments like this, guitars or any kind of lutes or any kind of outside the piano, or maybe a harp. But that's the biggest fingerboard, so we have a bigger range to cover. So we do a lot more shifting, and which puts the challenge of playing. So yeah, that's it. So when you approach it that way, when you approach the playing and the shifting, and and also using it to find out where the notes are, I find that with a lot of students, they play something, like they'll play a certain line. But they don't know what notes they're playing. If you say, what note is this one here should play? What note is that? Which one's this? They don't know. And that can be a problem. So learning the fingerboard, learning where the notes are, is important. And the other thing I would say is this particular bass here is, we can read up, this is MTD. That stands for Michael Tobias Design. That's the man who makes this. This is made by him personally, and he sells them. He's been selling them for a long time, and they're great basses. They're very expensive, but this is one of those older ones. This is number. He signs in the back, and puts the number of what bass it is, of the ones he made. This is number 79, so it's one of those older ones. But I just love the way it feels, I love the way they play and they sound, and there's all these controls down here, these knobs and whatnot. It gives you a lot more ability to have a wider range of sound. But with his instruments, he doesn't put any dots You'll see some instruments, they have different kinds. They'll put squares here, they'll put all the kind of different designs. But there's and even that is a system. It's not random. It's not some random thing. So this doesn't have any on the fingerboard. Where it has it is on this side. And if you look at it, you can see some of the white dots there on the edge, okay? That's more for the player. But if I look at most other basses, and that's, I don't know why he doesn't. I get asked those, these are the kind of questions I've been asked sometimes when I go play, get somebody to come up and ask a question. But like this one here, this is a Fender Precision. And you can see the dots, okay? And there's a reason for it. It's not just random. They're odd numbered frets. So this is the third one, 5, 7, 9. The only exception really is this one here. That's the 12th. That's 2 dots. And then from that, the 12th, okay? And then this is the 15th, the 17th, the 19th here. So that's what it is. They're fret markers, and it corresponds with, on the edge here, if you can see that, it corresponds with that. So you can see where you are on the bass. And even guitars work the same way. And they said they put different things here to mark it. It depends on the maker, with how creative they want to be, how expressive. Sometimes they put, you know, see some they have like little eagles and all these different things, and that's fine. The purpose behind it, there's a purpose. It's not just being decorative, which is kind of cool, but there's a purpose. And the purpose being is when you're playing, the position you play makes a difference, because it goes back to the thing about the shifting. Like I said, you can play notes different places on the bass that are the same note. Okay, the C here and this C up here are the same note. It's in the same octave. They sound exactly the same. If the bass is in tune, the strings are in tune. So I can play down here if I want to. That's great. But if I want to get up here to the high G or above that, or the A, I don't want to come here and have to jump all the way up there. It doesn't make any sense. I'm working harder instead of smarter. So it's a system of positions, knowing your positions, and knowing whether I'm playing here, I'm playing in second position, and why am I calling it second position? It's where this first finger lays. Whatever fret the first finger is over, whether I'm using it or not, it's called, that names the position. So my first finger is in the second fret, if you can see that, okay? There's the first, there's the second. This doesn't count, there's a little portion here. This is called a nut, this white piece of, it used to be ebony they used to use, but, ivory. But it's fake, or bone, sometimes bone. Anyway, this doesn't count back here. It's from here forward. So this is the first fret, second fret. So from here, I'm playing this position. I'm in second position. So if I'm playing, let's say, a scale, I'm playing a C scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I can play that whole scale fast without having to move my hand. So I'm in second position, and I can play another scale in that second position. The G, here's the G, the A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. But if I want to play other scales, I have to shift my hand. So when you're learning scales, and scales are really important, it's like the alphabet. Learning to speak a language is like, if you want to learn how to speak English, read and write it, first thing they teach you is the alphabet, A through Z. Music's the same thing. Music is a language to begin with. So understanding the notes of the musical language, and usually through scales, because it's systematic, it's sequential, and we only go up to G, A through G, that's it. Once you hit G, it's A again. A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, all the way up, and all the way down. So, where to play those notes? So if I want to play a D scale, okay, my D is up here. There's my high D, there's my low D. I can play the open D string. These two together, that's the octave. That's the high one, that's the lower one. But I have to play in a different position rather than trying to shift all the way up here. I don't have to. Here I can do this. Play a D major scale. So now, but I'm in a different position. I'm in fourth position because my first finger is in the fourth fret. So here's the third, so that's the fourth, and this one here's the fifth. So this is where fret markers, the importance of that, the relevance of that. And when you add that to the understanding of it, it makes a lot more sense when you're playing something. Where am I going to play it? And I get that with students is, when I teach them to play all of the major keys, all 12 of them, where you're going to play it. So you don't have to do a lot of this kind of stuff. To avoid that, make it easier. And sometimes you have to play it up here because rather than coming all the way down here. A great one was playing E flat. This is an E flat here. Okay, this first fret on the D string is an E flat, also D sharp. That's another, it's another topic, but this is E flat. But then I gotta play, if I wanna play the scale, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. Now I gotta shift C, D, E flat. Right? So if I was gonna play that, that's a lot more complicated than playing it this way. If I go from here, play in fifth position. There's my E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Okay, that's easier to play than doing all this shifting up here. So that's the purpose of these dots on any of these instruments. Like I said, mandolin, ukulele, guitars, 6-string, 12-string, basses, not the upright double bass. That's also called a double bass. It's a classical name for it, but upright bass. They don't have any frets. They don't have it, so they don't need markers per se. And but bass guitars, and that's the purpose of it, so that you know what position. So that's why many times if I'm watching somebody playing a bass, I get an idea where they are, what notes they're playing, because they know what position they're in and what notes they may be playing. So that helps that too. So that's kind of the basics of these instruments, and like I said, I hope this was, anyone who's watching this gain some kind of understanding about it. There's more to it, but kind of the basics of it. And when you understand this stuff, it's and you break it down into smaller bits, that's easier to understand and get it in your head. Because playing these instruments playing music is not just physical; it's also a lot mental. Understanding, remembering these things you have to do over and over again. It's the wash, dry, repeat idea. Doing it over and over and over again until it becomes second nature. But when you do, then you can really have some fun playing songs. Whatever song you want to play, whatever genre of music you like, it doesn't matter. It's all based out of the same thing. I don't care if you're playing, I'm dating myself, I know, but whether you're playing rock or grunge or metal, heavy metal, whatever. Maybe not in hip hop, so what? Because a lot of it is not even instruments anymore. They're doing it on computers and whatnot. But all those other kinds of music, bluegrass, country, whatever you're doing, classical. Understanding this getting this understanding of that helps you when you're going to play it to put I like to compare it to like I'm not a math guy. I don't like math outside of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. That's it for me. I think for a lot of people that might be the case, unless somebody has a real mathematical mind and they like equations. But my point is the formulas, the equations of those math problems. When you understand the equation, all the other stuff, okay, then you just plug in the different numbers and you can do an equation based on any of those other to come up with the answer. Music's kind of the same way. I look at it the same way. When you understand the mechanics of it, when you understand the reasoning behind it, like I was just saying with fingerings and positionings and the names of the strings and other stuff. And I'm just talking about this hand. I haven't talked about this hand yet. There's different ways. There's the whole popping, popping, slapping. That's a whole different area too. But when you get those understandings up here, it becomes part of your arsenal, part of your tools that you play. The rest of it is where the fun is, because now you can play and just express yourself and play whatever song you want to play, whatever band or whatever you want to do. You're able to do it, and that's where the fun is, playing with other people too. And so anyway, I don't know if, like I said, I hope this helps some people. And a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about also applies to guitar. I know a lot of people like to play guitar, and I have a guitar here too, and I kind of teach beginner guitar. But it's not my instrument. I don't go out and play guitar because the guitar players everywhere. There's 100,000 million of them, and there's a lot of bass players too. But this is my instrument that I've played all my life. But it's kind of the same concept, the same idea in that sense. They have to deal with placing their fingers, and that's the other thing about playing guitar. The strings are a lot closer, a lot thinner. You don't have to, these strings are fatter. They're thicker strings, which takes more work with the left hand to press it down, to press the string down. I get young kids who try to play, and especially trying to do it with the fourth finger, and they try to do this, and they get kind of a, instead of, because they can't press down hard enough. And they're trying to do this, one finger, they're trying to put fingers, and it's understandable. But because the strings are so thick, and it's harder to get these strings pressed down enough so that you can play, and that just takes longer. The guitar is a little easier in that sense because the strings are thin, especially the very top string, which is the E string, the skinny one. That's so thin that's the one that usually breaks when you have guitar players playing. It's easier to press down. Not saying it's necessarily easy, but then the other part of it is strumming three strings. You're using a pick, and you're strumming three strings this way, trying to play chords. So you're doing, okay? And that's where the change is, because the strings are close together, and I have a problem with my fingers hitting the other strings as I'm trying to play it. But the concepts are still, many of the concepts are still the same thing, okay? And guitar players can use their thumb up here. Sometimes they'll press down this top string, which is also called an E string. So guitar has two E strings, a very high one and a very low one. So they'll do that if they would need to play any of these notes here. So they're trying to do that. And that can be uncomfortable too. That's what I'm going to touch on. And that's why guys don't like a thick neck, because they have to do this, and that's kind of uncomfortable. It makes your wrist bend like that. And understandable, but you have to get used to it, and you don't want to hurt yourself. And, press too hard, squeeze too hard. You want to be as relaxed as possible, which is easier to say, easier said than done, because you're trying to press the string down, hold it while you're trying to strike the string and get the string to vibrate. So it's all those things. So each instrument has its challenges. But when you get past the mechanical end of it, all the physical aspects of it, it makes it a little easier to play whatever, like I said, genre of music that you want to play, and playing with other people, because it can get real boring real quick, just being by yourself, playing, hearing yourself, good, bad, or indifferent. But it's a lot more fun when you're playing with either one other person or other people, and that's a whole different discipline in itself, keeping time and all that stuff. But anyway, I hope, as I said, someone who had any questions, or if they have other questions, I would love anyone to, even on this, post comments, questions about how come this? What's this all about? I don't understand what that is. What's this? Why do you do that? Because I get those questions in my teaching sometimes, even when I'm playing. I'll get people to ask me later. I've had that just recently, but why are you a bass player? The guy who was a bass player asked me why I used a 6-string instead of the 4 or 5. So, and that's good. That's good. To have a dialogue and conversation of why. So I hope this helps somebody who's thinking about, or playing and want to get better. I would love to help you with even more, to take your playing even a higher level. But anyway, you can reach out in this channel here. I have another one too. That's kind of a fancier name, but it's Camerata Strings. And it's Camerata. Almost like the word camera, ETRA. No, TA. TRA, yeah, sorry. Strings Studio. And I do a little more teaching on that. It's usually on the upright. But I'll start doing more on this instrument too. But anyway, that's it. Like I said, I hope somebody gets something out of this. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of end this session here. I'll keep it on. If anybody's watching this later on, and again, have any questions or opinions or whatever, please, ask away. Okay? All right. Thanks. I'm gonna go back out here, take this back out here, and slip out because my wife's doing something out here.
And my daughter, let me see hers. That sign says, what does it say? Behold, I'm with you always. Ooh, you see those cobwebs? I gotta clean that in. And then there's my daughter's room that I will